Okay. So we are continuing from where we ended. I hope you can hear me, class. It's loud and clear. Okay. So if you can hear me, just raise up your hand. I'll know that you are hearing me. Thank you. And I hope you can also see. Okay, thank you very much. Listen, I hope you can also see the shared screen. Okay. 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 Let's go on. Okay, so I said that variables can hold at any point in time one item. Okay. This point is so important. So let's look at the don'ts in variable naming. Okay. In variable naming, I said variable names are also called identifiers. The name of a variable is called identifier because it's identifying the data. Okay. So when you create a variable name, it's actually creating a space in the memory. Then that name will be the reference point. It will be like the address. Okay. So let's look at the don'ts. Okay. One, you don't start any variable name with a number. Sorry. So you see, I've given an example here. You don't start any variable name with a number. Starting a variable name with a number is wrong. Okay. When it comes to the do's, you see that you can use a number, but it should not start. Okay. Okay. Then, two, you don't use special characters. When I say special characters, anything other than the English alphabet of A to Z, capital A to Z, small letter A to Z, and anything other than numbers are all special characters. You hope you get that. So whether it's Chinese, French, okay, comma, space, full stop, anything, okay, other than the English alphabet are special characters. Okay. And I'm saying that we don't use any of them in naming variable, except only one, which is called the underscore. The underscore is the only one that is used. So you can see the example. All these things I've done is wrong. Okay, they are wrong. Then three, we don't use key or reserve words. Okay, so that key and reserve words, normally I call them the syntax or the commands. Okay, they cannot be used. Okay, so an example is when you are maybe when we start using the pseudocode, you see that we'll be using output, input, int for data type, string for data type. You understand? Output for output command, input for input command. You can use that as a name. And when we start doing the actual programming, you see that, for example, C++, we'll be using something like cout for outputting command, cin for inputting command. Okay, you can use those kind of words for a variable name. So please, these things are very important. Okay. Wow, your number has reduced to 5. Where are the rest? Okay. I'll teach anyway. Let's go on. Then the next one, the do's. The do's in variable naming. Okay, the do's in variable naming. We in naming variables, the things you can do are that you can use only English alphabets. Okay, you can use English alphabets, whether letter A to capital A to Z or letter A to Z. You can use them. Okay, not the do's. Okay. Then two, you can use a number, but the number shouldn't start, as I said, in the don't. But the number can be in the middle or at the end. Okay? Can be in the middle. When I say in the middle, anywhere, not like in the middle, like exactly in the middle. I'm talking about anywhere from the first letter. Are you okay? Can be anywhere from the first letter. It can be at the end or whatever. Then another point too is that you can use the underscore. Okay, you can use the underscore for naming a variable. So when I send you the slide, there's an assignment in it. I want you to try it. An assignment on differentiating between valid variable names and invalid variable names. Okay, so the do's make the variable name valid. And this thing I'm teaching you, if you don't take this particular first thing about variables serious, I'm telling you, suffer when you are writing programs. The reason being that you always be getting errors, and you know why, but you're making these funny mistakes, which in the end be giving you a lot of errors, and you don't know why your program is not running. So please keep it in mind for the do's and don'ts of variable naming. Very, very important. Okay. So and then so that's it. Now, in naming a variable, although it can be valid, please keep this in mind. A variable can be valid but inappropriate. So take this scenario. When somebody is naked, okay, the person is naked. Okay, we see that the person is not dressed, it's not dressed. Okay, but when somebody is wearing an attire or is dressed, we see that the person is dressed, is clothed. But although the person is clothed, you can be clothed, but your clothing will be inappropriate, or it can be appropriate. Please, I hope you understand what I'm saying. Your dressing can be inappropriate or appropriate. Okay, so what I'm simply saying is that I'm saying that variables can be valid by doing these things I'm saying. Using letters, you can use numbers, but the numbers should not start, it should be in the middle, okay, or at the end. Yeah, and then you can use underscore. Underscore too can start, it can end, it can be in the middle, it can be anywhere. It's the only special character allowed in variable. Anywhere you program, any programming language you use. Okay, that's something. Okay, so with that being said, I'm saying that when you have a valid variable name, it can be appropriate or inappropriate. So let me bring this up. Okay, so when you name a variable, it can be valid when the variable name you created makes sense. You understand? Makes sense. So for example, we are creating a variable to store a number. Okay, a number. Then we have to name that variable. So we'll call it num. Num is a word you hear me use a lot when you are using. So num, num is that we are giving it. Now that gives the person an idea that it's a number I'm trying to. Or I can even write no, no, okay, that we all know, but with no full stop. With no full stop. I can even write numb, meaning meaning number. I can use the full name number, okay, so that the person knows that the variable I've created is used to store numbers. But if I use something like kill, how would the person know that kill, only kill that I've written is storing a number? Are you okay? So you see, I've given examples here that if I'm creating a valid variable name, appropriate and inappropriate. If it's inappropriate, it's when the name does not make sense. So you are using something like BQ, okay, or L and N for length. You are storing a variable, you are creating a variable for length. Okay, you are giving a name for length. Let's say you are creating a program to calculate area of a rectangle. So you have length and breadth. Then for the length, you use B or Q. You see, when anybody takes your program, he will not actually understand what you're trying to create. You understand? But if it's appropriate, it's when the name makes sense. Use valid names like this. So breadth or length for length, BRE for breadth, WID for width. You understand? Anything that gives the person an idea. Are you okay? Of the name of that variable or what the variable is storing. Okay. Okay. So that is the main thing about appropriate and inappropriate. So keep in mind the appropriate and inappropriate is undervalid. So the variable is valid, the name is valid, but just that it can be either appropriate or what? Inappropriate. Okay. Okay. So with that said, let's quickly go on to. Okay, it seems it's enough for today. I won't go on ahead. So the assignment is here. You have it in the slide. Let's look at this assignment. So variable naming conventions, I also stated it here, 1.1.2.3. Okay, and how to name them appropriately is also stated here. Okay, so you look at all these things. Okay, so let's look at it. Okay, good. So now look at this. If you look at this that I have on my screen, I have a lot of words here, and I want to find out which words are appropriate. Oh, sorry, I say appropriate, are valid and invalid variable names. So let's start. Okay, after that, the ones that are valid, we group them under appropriate and inappropriate. So let's start with W. So W, is it a valid variable name or not valid? Please keep in mind what I said. Is W valid or not valid? Raise up your hand if you want to answer the question. Please quickly. We have limited time, so the question will end very soon. So please answer. Okay, so wow, Emanuela is trying to. Wow, she's really having difficulty joining. Okay, Christian, please, you can speak. Now, when you speak once and you explain, and then another person will take the next one. Okay, thank you. Okay, so Christian, speak.
Okay, so please, the W is invalid.
Okay, why?
So, because it's not appropriate.
Okay, so let's go back to the slides so that it will refresh your mind. Okay, this is what I said. Look at it. I said that the do's, okay, the don'ts in variable naming. You don't start, if you start with a letter, sorry, it's with a number, it's invalid. If you have a special character in it, except underscore, it's invalid. So you can see the examples down there. If you have a reserved word, it's invalid. Then when it's valid, I said that you can use any alphabet that you want. Okay. You can use a number, but let it be in the middle or ending. Then you can use underscore at the beginning, at the middle, at the end. Then I'm saying that when it is valid, look at it here. When it is valid, look at it here. When it is valid, at the top, look at the top. Do's in variable name, valid for valid. You understand? For the valid variable names. Maybe I have to change my heading that I put here. For valid variable names, you can have inappropriate and appropriate valid variable names. Okay? Since I have to change this line now so that it will stop the confusion. Okay? Please, I hope you are clear with what I'm saying. I'm saying that you can have a variable name. Okay. Inappropriate. Yeah, let me change that one. Inappropriate valid variable name. Inappropriate and appropriate valid variable name. Okay. So that's it. Inappropriate and appropriate valid identity. Okay. So keep in mind that you can have an identifier or a variable name, but it will be inappropriate. Is that okay? Or it can be appropriate. So once again, I'm asking W, is it a valid variable name or not?
Sir, please is valid.
Why is it valid?
Sir, because it's an alphabet which can be
Oh,
used.
it's an alphabet. That's all. That's all the explanation. Okay. As far as an alphabet, it can be used. You see, that's why I use the example of naked and not naked, or clothed and not clothed. If somebody is clothed, the person is not naked, but the person is clothed and is wearing an inappropriate dress. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Can you say that somebody wearing inappropriate dress is naked? No, the person is not naked, but he's so inappropriate that it's almost like you are getting close to him, but you are not naked. You understand? Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. That we have clothes, but the clothes can be appropriate or inappropriate. Okay, even depending on a particular occasion, the clothes can be appropriate or what? Inappropriate. So we are all going for a party. They are saying white and red, and you go and wear purple. Like it's inappropriate. You understand? So that's what I'm trying to say. That we can have a valid. The person is dressed. So if that party, when that person with purple comes there, they will accept the person. They'll be like, actually, why didn't you wear the prescribed one? You understand? But if somebody comes there naked, they will say the person is mad. They will drive the person out. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. That when you have valid variable names and valid variable names, it can be inappropriate or appropriate. So that's what I'm saying here in this point. Okay. So let's go back to our question. So you have done well. Okay. The next one, I'm going to mention it so that everybody can answer. Okay. So Mr. Elijah, please tell us, base 10, is base 10 valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Mr. David, is base 10 valid or invalid? Is base 10 valid or invalid? Okay. Mr. David is also not. I've told you, I take response as if you can't speak text, chat it. So I know that you are chatting. So at least maybe you can give your answer in the chat. So I know. Okay. So other than that, I take it like you are not online. Okay, Mr. Michael. Is it valid or invalid?
Please, base 10.
Yes. Okay, Elijah has responded. He's saying that it's invalid. So he's saying because of the special character space. That's very good. Thank you very much, Mr. Elijah. So it's invalid because of the space in that special character. Sorry, that special character space in between the base and the thing. Please, I hope you all agree, right? Because you're not
Yes,
supposed
sir.
to special character including space. Okay. Then we have 5 with what? Colon. 5:8. 5:8. 5:8. Is anyone? 5:8.
Invalid.
Wait.
Invalid because of the colon.
Michael speaking.
Appear.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Siam. Okay. You said
The
because of what?
the colon and the space.
Because of the colon and the space.
Yeah, they are special characters, so it makes it invalid.
Are you sure? That the space and is that the colon and the space? Okay, thank you. The colon and the space. Thank you. It's true. That's correct. So the colon and the space makes it invalid. Thank you very much. Okay. So the colon and the space makes it invalid. Thank you very, very much. Now the next one. Which one? CSUC.
It's valid but inappropriate.
Okay. So Michael is the one answering, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think it's valid but inappropriate.
Because, or maybe it depends on the context. CSUC might not immediately make sense to another person.
So right now, I want whether valid or invalid. I'm not even talking about appropriate.
Okay, so
done, we'll group all the valid ones under appropriate and invalid.
Okay, say it's,
So is it valid or invalid? Why?
Because it contains only alphabets.
Contains only alphabets. Okay. That's very good. Thank you very much. Okay, so the next one goes to Mr. Apia has talked, Mr. Elijah has talked. It's left with David and David and who? Okay. Okay, David and that's all. David, only David. Wow, the numbers has really reduced. Okay, so Mr. David, you are the only one left. Everybody has talked. So we are coming to change. You can see change. So underscore change. If you can see it, underscore change. Valid or invalid? If you can't speak, you can chat. Mr. David, okay.
Actually, I joined the class list. Yes, okay, so actually, I joined the class list. I'm trying to recollect it. No, go along with the line, actually. Hello, sir.
Okay. Yeah, hello, I'm here. So you didn't actually get
I said
about valid and invalid variables.
Hello, sir.
Okay. No problem. No problem at all. Okay, so we are seeing that. Okay, so who can answer? Okay, Michael, hand it up. So just take the last two and then that's all we are done. And you do the rest and get back to me. You will not submit it to me. You will not do it and submit it to me. If anything, we'll discuss. Okay. Yeah, because I'm marking scripts and all that. I don't have time to. So I don't want to share. I commit myself and say submit it, and I'll go through it and I don't get time to do it. So there's a lot on my head now. So to do. So don't submit it to me. Just do it. Maybe we can have a group discussion and do it. Okay. So Michael, please tell me the next one. Change underscore change.
Underscore, please, is valid.
Okay.
Because it contains only a first underscore and then only alphabets.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Elijah has jumped all the way to income. I'm not even going there. So, okay, but since Elijah has taken that one, we'll take that one as the last one. Elijah, you said income has started me that income is invalid. Sorry, it's valid. Okay, it's valid. Okay, that's good. It's valid. He said it's valid. So, can you tell us why it's valid? Can you please chat us and tell us why it's valid? Okay, so he's not getting back to us, but I believe he'll get back to us. Okay, so let me take a last one, and then let me take a last one. So sum 2, look at sum 2. Sum 2, valid or invalid? Valid or invalid?
Sir, please, invalid.
Okay, who answered that? I didn't see. I wasn't checking there.
Okay, Christian.
Oh, Christian. Okay, Christian. Okay, so Christian, that is invalid.
Yes, sir.
Okay, why?
Sir, because of the special character space.
Very good. Thank you very much. Because of the special character. So that makes it invalid. So thank you very much. So Ali, this has given a fair idea. I've seen Elijah's comment on the income. He's saying that it's using underscore with alphabets. That is why it is valid. Yeah, it's true. He's saying that income is valid because it's having underscore and also alphabet, which is a qualification for a valid variable. Thank you. So now let's go through the ones we said is valid. We have change, we have income, underscore change, underscore income, CSUC. What else? Isn't that's all? That's all that we said is valid. Sorry, NW. So someone should tell me which among these W, CSUC, underscore change, underscore income. These four, okay, which one is valid? Sorry, all of them are valid. But which one is appropriate and inappropriate under the valid? Which one is appropriate and inappropriate under valid? Anybody? I'm not seeing any hand raised. Okay, I'm saying okay, Christian.
Sir, please, so the W and then the CSUC are under inappropriate, and then the underscore change and underscore income are under appropriate.
Okay. So why will you say W and CSUC are not?
Because we don't know what the W stands for, whether it is weight or maybe weight. We don't actually know. And then the CS.
You don't know.
Yes.
Okay. I can accept. I can relate with what you're saying. But CSUC can be an abbreviation for something. So if it's an abbreviation for something, then it becomes valid. Do you understand? But W,
Yes, sir.
even if you say it's an abbreviation for something, it's wrong because there's a lot of things that start with W. Okay, but for CSUC, it can be maybe a school, it can be an institution, you understand? And you have very few institutions with the same kind of initials. Are you okay? So if an initial of an institution, then that one is valid. Please, I hope you are clear.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay. So with that, I'll call this a day. Thank you very much for your time. And I'm seeing a comment by David. David, okay, I'll put my number here. So after here, if you want to call me, you can call me. I normally don't take calls at this time, but because you're having a class, so I'll accept it. I normally not because of anything like you call me, it's any big deal. I'm a special person or anything, but like just that I just don't want to entertain that, and then especially when I'm dealing with students, so it doesn't become like it's a norm, and I'm always no. After 7, I don't take any student call. unless it's a very special issue that maybe urgent or emergency that. Yeah. Other than that, I wait till the next morning for back. So thank you very much. So you can call. I'll put my number. I'm sending my number there. You can call me. Yeah, or you can WhatsApp me. It's my WhatsApp number. It's my line that you can call. Thank you very much. So we'll call this a day. So please do the rest. Do the rest for all of them. You check whether it is valid. First of all, put them under valid and invalid. Then after that, under the valid, you come and group them under appropriate and invalid. But for all of them, when you are grouping them under valid and invalid, state the reasons why they are not. And I'm saying, do not send it to me. I will not be able to take time to read through. Okay? So do not send it. Okay, thank you very much. But discuss it. But I'll do a test on it. I'll do a test. It will be, I believe I'll use either LMS or I'll use Google Classroom, where I'll let you all join and I'll do a test on it. So don't think you shouldn't do that. You should do it so that it will help you to do the thing. Thank you very much. Any question? Any question? Any question? Okay, so thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your understanding. We'll definitely meet God willing tomorrow. I'm saying we're having it every single session. So the timetable is like that. It's every single day at 7 p.m. Please keep that in mind. At 7 p.m. If maybe there'll be a delay after 7, I'll let you know. Maybe 15, like the way I sent a message across today. I was in another meeting and then the time elapsed for that meeting a bit. So that is why. So pardon me for that. So if anything, I'll let you know. Okay. Thank you very much. If you have any suggestions, you have any complaints, anything concerning, you can. That's why I put my number there. If after 7, you can text me, okay, and I'll get back to you. Okay, the next morning. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So you have any complaints, even on the timetable that I've given to you? I'm telling you, it's proposed timetable for that's the 7 p.m. proposed timetable. So if you have any complaints on that, please. Thank you. Thank you for your time. So, Mr. Albert, you can call me. Sorry, I said Albert. David. Again, David, you can call me. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, class, for your time. Tell those who didn't come, I took attendance. So they should be aware. Thank you. Tomorrow I'll take attendance. Every day I take attendance and participation attendance. Thank you.